Yankees lose yet another series. Another series of absolute embarrassment. Embarrassment. The fact that this lineup goes from yesterday scoring 14 runs, and then they go back to their usual shit of not doing anything on offense. Cutter Crawford, the starting pitcher for the Red Sox, absolutely dominated. He actually did something that hadn't been done in years. He threw 40 pitches through 5 innings. The first time that was done by an MLB pitcher since Ivan Nova for the Pirates back in May of 2017. 40 pitches. I'm watching this game. Every at-bat, practically almost every inning with this guy. Yankees making outs on the first, second pitch over and over and over and over. When are you going to change your fucking approach? Seriously. I'm watching this over and over and over again. And it's the same shit. Of course, Aaron Boone, he's non-existent in the managerial decisions of this team. Letting Rafael Devers absolutely own this team again and again and again. Especially when this lineup cannot hit. Do I have to read the crazy numbers again off of this, stat sheet from this game? Rafael Devers has 27 home runs, 70 RBIs all time against the Yankees. He has 15 home runs at Yankee Stadium. David Ortiz had 16 in his entire career. You Yankees front office people love analytics. Take that analytics and you know what to do with it, honestly. Take that analytics and shove it up your ass. I'm sick of this. You guys are obsessed with looking at the analytics. And then you don't look at these analytics, though. You don't look at the numbers Rafael Devers has had in this ballpark and against the Yankees in his career. Continuing to pitch to him down 1-0 and 2-0 when this lineup cannot hit, cannot scratch a run to save their life. DJ LeMahieu had a 2-out double. And then Volpe, Judge, Soto came up. Couldn't get the run over. Couldn't get a run. There's no excuse. None. Cutter Crawford ended up pitching 7 shutout innings against the Yankees. And granted, the guy's a good pitcher. Okay, his stats are good. He had 4 strikeouts, no walks. He was pounding the zone. But come on, guys. Have a freaking approach. You guys are going up there and swinging haphazardly. First pitch, second pitch, weak ground outs, weak pop-ups. Same shit over and over again. Make a fucking adjustment. Seriously. My gosh, man. I'm just watching this and I'm just cringing. It's just insane. And more madness to add to this, right, is that the Red Sox, they've been one of the hotter teams in baseball. And the Yankees have been one of the worst. Actually, not one of the worst, the worst, over a 25-game stretch. They have lost 15 of their last 20 games, which you can also see by the title of this video. 15 of their last 20. The pitching the last few games has been better. They only gave up 3 runs today, but the offense completely shit itself. Only scratched across 4 hits. Cutter Crawford was dealing right out of the gate coming into the game. Took him several innings just to get a hit. And then once they did, they couldn't do anything with the guy on. Luis Hill was fantastic. Luis Hill, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this entire team let you down today. He was perfect. He looked like the Luis Hill of old. Went 6 2/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run on a Devers solo shot. Whatever, the guy owns our team. All right. But other than that, Luis Hill looked like his old self. The slider was nasty. The fastball was electric. Worked painting it on both sides of the plate. It's an utter disgrace. You know what? Every guy on this team in the lineup, outside of, I'm going to say Soto and Judge, because they've been carrying this offense day after day practically. I understand they didn't do anything tonight. But every other guy outside of those two and Ben Rice, I should say, owes Luis Hill an apology. A personal apology. This guy was dealing 9 strikeouts. Red Sox couldn't touch him other than Rafael Devers. And this is the kind of shit we put up with. I don't know. And look, okay, the Red Sox are right in the hunt. They're right in the wild card chase, okay? They said today on the broadcast they have like a 45% chance of making the playoffs. Okay, so they're for real, all right? But you look up and down their roster. Yes, they are better than us right now, and they played like one of the hottest teams in baseball of late, winning like their last 14, 15 games out of 20-something games. But you put all that together, okay? If you look at the rosters, the Red Sox roster is nothing that, like, you go like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. No, it doesn't happen. So why are we getting shut out by this team? We got swept by the Reds. We split with a terrible Toronto team. Now we got to go down to Tampa and play them. They're getting hot. They're heating up. What are we doing? I don't know. I don't know. And Aaron Boone, being the classic clueless manager that he is, deciding, yep, let's pitch to Rafael Devers late in the game. Let's give up another home run, despite our lineup not being able to do shit. I mean, Yankees love analytics. They love analytics. Do they look at the stats Rafael Devers has against them? Did they not see the home run off Luis Hill at the end of his start today? I mean, did they not see any of that? How long do we have to let this guy completely dominate this team until management says, you know what? We're pitching around this guy. If we have to walk him, we have to walk him, and we're not letting him beat us. Anybody else in that Red Sox lineup, fine, they can beat us. Rafaela, the number 9 hitter, had a home run, whatever. If that's the guy you got to let beat you or anybody else in that lineup, you do it. I'm sick of this shit. It just doesn't end, man. It just doesn't end. Whether it's between management or offense, just the same shit. The same crap over and over and over again. And you want to know the other Yankee problem? You want to know the other Yankee problem? I'm going to pull up the stat right now. From Elias Sports, the Yankees have not stolen a base in their last 19 games, tying their longest such drought since 1964. The last time they went 20 consecutive games without a steal was in 1963. There you go. There's another piece of the problem, folks. That's another piece of the problem. This team, if they're not hitting, they don't score. They can't steal bases. They can't play small ball. It's like home run or strikeout all over again, people. That's what it is. That's really what it is. If they're not hitting the ball out of the ballpark or they're not getting runners on, hitting the balls in the gaps, they won't score. They can't manufacture runs. You saw the Red Sox. They're trying to get some action on the bases tonight, stolen bases. Yankees can't do that. Yankees got, other than Anthony Volpe, what guy in this team is fast? Can you name me one guy in this team that's fast other than Anthony Volpe? Who's not getting on base, by the way, so he can't steal any bases. Can't steal if he can't get on base. So who else on this team is a stolen base threat? There's nobody. Cabrera, maybe. LeMahieu can't. He can't hit for shit anymore either. And he can't run. LeMahieu can't run. Wells can't run. Verdugo can't run, really. He plays good defense, but he's not a stolen base threat. Judge isn't. Soto isn't. Rice isn't. Who on this team can run? That's what I want to know. Outside of Volpe. I don't know. And it's bad. It's awful. That's a horrible recipe to try and win baseball games, especially when this entire lineup, it feels like, is in a massive slump. It's amazing. It's wild. It's actually, it's really something. I can't even comprehend it. I mean, the number of stats I've seen this game that are beyond embarrassing that have been tweeted out is, if I had $1 for every embarrassing stat, crazy stat that's come out of the Yankees tonight, I'd probably have $100 at least, without a doubt. $100 at least. John Birdie is tied for third on the team with 4 stolen bases. This is another tweet. He has played 17 games this year. Classic. Grisham stole 15 for the Padres last year, 0 for the Yankees this year, of course. Anthony Volpe's 307. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. Anthony Volpe's 307 on base percentage makes it hard for him to take advantage of his speed tool. Yep, there you go. I just said that. Hasn't been getting on base. And then we went back to the last series against the Red Sox in Boston. They had a franchise record 9 stolen bases against us because we were stupid and starting Trevino. Can't throw for shit down to second base. So they took advantage on that end. Austin Wells actually threw out a guy tonight when the Red Sox tried to steal because he's got a better arm. But at the end of the day, I mean, the Yankees, they can't steal bases. The only way they can manufacture runs is if they're hitting, which is kind of sad. That's not a baseball team that usually makes it all the way. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's over or anything, but I'm just saying that's not a good recipe for long-term success. And we've seen that with this team for a lot of years. Just not being able to, not athletic enough, not fast enough. They're not hitting, they're screwed. But anyway, let's see what Aaron Boone has to say. Aaron Boone said, quote, "It's all right there in front of us." Aaron Boone, 2024. Is that a real quote? Didn't he say that last year? All right. Well, that was Aaron Boone right there. That was the same quote he said last year. It's all right there in front of us when 2023 was an utter collapse because Aaron Judge went down. So, whatever. I mean, look, I understand. Yeah, I don't really know what else the manager could say in that position other than we got to turn it around. But he said it. He said it over again. He said that last year too. So, all right, whatever. I mean. This is just like, I don't know, man. This is just crazy. Pete Simonotti, another big guy on Yankee Twitter, he just said it. Dude said it's right in front of us again. Yeah, he did. It's just. Did Aaron Boone consider having Luis Hill intentionally walk Rafael Devers? Oh, no, not, no. 0-0, nobody on. Yeah, no. Okay. No inkling, no thought of intentionally walking Devers, the guy that hits the Yankees the most out of more than anybody else. Okay. All right. Unfucking real, man. This team is a laughing stock, dude. This team is an absolute fucking laughing stock. I mean, you look it up and down Twitter. I don't know if all you guys use Twitter. But if you do, and you come on here and you're a Yankee fan, it's depressing when it's like this because people just make fun of you and you get these Boone quotes that are just absolutely out there and hilariously stupid. And this is what happens. So Yankees are now 55-37. This other person says ugly ass record considering they were 50-22 at one point. Yep. That's how it's been for this team. They need an all-star break so bad, and they needed the all-star break and the trade deadline. I'm saying right now cannot come soon enough. It really can't. It's just this is a total shit show. This is a total collapse right now. Say what you want. It's a long season. Yes, it is, and I'm not going to come on here before the trade deadline and say it's over. Now, if they have a trade deadline where they don't do anything or hardly do anything. They don't have a massive trade deadline. I will come on these episodes and say it's fucking over. I will, because they know they need to have a massive trade deadline. It just came out today. Brian Cashman and the Yankees and the Dodgers and the top market teams, they're the most active right now in trade discussions because they know that they need to get better, and especially the Yankees being the worst team in baseball during this stretch over the last several weeks. So this shit has to change, man. It just has to change. The energy, I mean, it's just unacceptable. You have guys making excuses left and right, and that starts with the manager, Aaron Boone. You're not holding these guys accountable for lack of effort, lack of poor play, constantly defending them 24/7. And say we want how Yankee management allows that, yes, but at the end of the day, the manager, Aaron Boone's a baseball guy. The fact that he agrees to that effing shit is ridiculous. Okay? This isn't Little League. This is the big leagues. And even in Little League, when you pull stupid shit like that, a lot of times, or even high school, you get benched. But apparently, guys making millions of dollars a year, we have to always kiss their ass. Yep, that's Aaron Boone's logic for you. Brian Hoke had a funny tweet. Tough to win games when Ben Rice doesn't hit 3 home runs. Even tougher when you don't score. Yep. We go. Look at this. If you guys are watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Spotify or anywhere else that doesn't have the camera, I'm sorry. But this is the paper this morning. Ben Rice, Rook makes history with 3 home runs. Red Sox, that was the highlight we had yesterday. And then it goes to complete shit today. So, yep. And you know what? For the heck of it, let's look at the standings because we are collapsing right now. It says 3 games behind Baltimore, but I think they didn't update it yet. I think it was 3 before we lost tonight, so now it's 4. Red Sox are 7.5 out. I don't think that's updated either. Wild card standings. We are 4.5 up now. And Boston is right on Minnesota's tail in second. Second behind that. So Boston has the 3rd wild card, and Minnesota has the 2nd. Oh my gosh, dude. This is just going to complete shit right now. I can't believe this right now. It's a bad stretch, and I don't want to say the season's over because we haven't had a trade deadline yet, and there's still a lot of season left. But my goodness, it's not looking good right now for anything. And it just feels, this one guy said Boone's going to say they battled hard tonight. I don't want to read the end of that. He just said Boone's going to say they battled hard tonight, which Boone constantly does. It's like they get shut out. I remember one game last year against Baltimore. I think they struck out like 14 times. And Boone said, oh, yeah, there was a lot of good at-bats in there. But really? A lot of good at-bats? Okay. I'm just sick of this shit. I know the manager. Look, I understand the manager can't go up there and constantly be like, like anybody like bashing a player 24/7. I understand that. Okay, the manager's job partially is to defend his players, but not the way Aaron Boone does it. The way Aaron Boone does it is constantly defending a player, even over the most stupid shit that any other manager in Major League Baseball would call out and say that's unacceptable. Alex Cora has done that. He did that with Verdugo last year when Verdugo wasn't hustling. Boone won't do it this year, and he's never done it. Why is that such a crazy concept, to call a guy out for lack of effort? Why is that such a bad thing? If a guy has a problem with it, you know what? Then get the fuck off the team. I'm tired of this. If you have a problem for being called out for not hustling or making stupid mental mistakes, then get off my baseball team. I'm sick of this shit. Are we really that soft nowadays? Guys getting paid millions of dollars a year that we can't call that shit out? Seriously? Goodness gracious, man. Good. All right. Let me summarize the rest of this shit game and get on with my night. Boston had 6 hits. Devers had 2 home runs. Luis Hill was great, like I said. Slider was great. Fastball was great. That was his bread and butter tonight. Yankees were dumb enough to pitch to Devers. Luke Weaver gave up a home run to the Red Sox number 9 hitter, Rafaela, the shortstop. Did have 3 strikeouts, though. And Michael Tocking gave up the other home run to Devers. Again, I don't know why the Yankees wouldn't walk him, but, that's Aaron Boone. And, yeah, Yankees lose another laugher. Again. It's the same shit we deal with, people. I don't know. This All-Star break, please get here soon. When is the All-Star break? I know the trade deadline's July 31st. That's when the Yankees are in Philly. July 16th. Oh, gosh. So, a little over a week, 9 days. I think it might start on the 14th, though. I think the schedule, let me see. This is the only thing worth relevant talking about right now. When is the effing All-Star break? Because this team is such shit. So that's the only thing people really need to know. This team needs a break. The game is on the 16th, but I remember seeing something like stuff starts on the 12th. So I think teams stop playing on like the 13th. So it's like 13th through the 16th. So it's like they get like 3-4 days off. So, yeah. And people, people are ripping Hal Steinbrenner. They're ripping Brian Cashman, Aaron Boone, all rightfully so, because this is just crazy, man. This is actually similar to what happened in 2022 with the team in the second half. I know we haven't reached the second half yet, but we're close enough. But in the second half, where the Yankees they were under 500 ball club, and they made the playoffs, and then Houston kicked their ass, and the rest was history. So, and DJ LeMahieu, he's useless. Roll over ground ball double play tonight. It was the most typical thing you could have called. And look, everybody's saying cut DJ. Well, what are we going to do with him? We can't cut him. We owe him a ton of money. Well, what are we going to do with him? Do you ever see the Yankees cut a guy and need a ton of money? Why do you think we still have Stan around? Although Stan, I should say that more respectfully, Stan has actually been one of the bright spots of this team this year. So, but again, I'm being honest. You have an older vet that isn't producing to what you expect, and you still owe him a ton of money. When do the Yankees ever cut that guy? They don't. They waited for Hicks till he was on the last year of his deal, and then they finally cut loose with him. They're finally willing to eat a certain amount, but they're not gonna cut a guy and need a ton of money. They're not. That's not what they do. So, yeah, and then I want to say too, people shitting on Judge tonight after one bad at bat, saying, "Oh, this guy's unclutch. He's been unclutch his whole." Stop it. I understand you guys are frustrated, but that is total freaking nonsense. I mean, come on, let's be real. How bad would this team be if Aaron Judge wasn't who he was for this ball club and carrying this offense year after year through the regular season 85, 90% of the time? Now, you want to bring up playoff struggles, fine. You want to bring that up, okay. But let's be real. This Yankee team would be absolute shit year after year after year. And I'm talking shit where they're like 4th or 5th place every year if they didn't have Aaron Judge. So please stop. Just stop. Okay? The guy has one bad at bat. The guy's having the best year of his freaking career. The best year of a player we have ever seen in our life. With already over 30. The guy might win the Triple Crown. Leads in batting average, home runs, RBIs. He's putting up seasons that guys in recent years like Mookie Betts, Bryce Harper put up in a full freaking year. And we're not even at the halfway point yet. Stop it. Just stop. I understand you're frustrated, but that does not excuse just saying stuff like this. Aaron Judge is the reason why this team's record is the way it is. Sure, yes, he had a bad at bat. He had a bad month. He turned it around. I'm waiting for everybody else in this lineup to start pulling their weight besides him. So stop. It's just, I just read this nonsense on Twitter about that. It's like, stop it. Judge has been one of the only guys giving a shit this year. Well, what has everybody else been doing? What about Verdugo? What about Torres? And I know he's hurt right now. But what about him? LeMahieu. Volpe's been struggling like crazy. Why does Judge and stop bringing up, oh, he's the captain, this and that. Judge is a great captain, all right? He may not be the most vocal guy, but again, we don't know what's going behind in that clubhouse. I think he's freaking pissed right now. This is the same shit, dude. He doesn't want to beat Don Mattingly. I'm really afraid Judge might beat Don Mattingly. He's pissed, bro. I mean, he went on a podcast. Judge went on a podcast several years, or no, not several years ago. It was like last year. And he was saying when he was staying in Yankee Stadium, he was looking at all the championship banners. He got pissed off. It pissed him off because he saw all those years up there and none of those years when he was on the team. It pissed him off. I mean, why wouldn't it? This guy, he's dedicated his entire life of playing baseball to this team. He's going to be a Yankee for the rest of his career. And this is the shit we give him every freaking year, it seems like. Come on, man. Why can't we figure this out? Why can we not figure this out? And I'm going to tell you right now, it starts with management. And also, too, I can bring up the apparently Aaron Judge's private hitting coach, which I don't know how anybody else feels about this, but it's kind of hilarious because the Yankees are awful right now. And he came out a few days ago and he said, the Yankees player development system is terrible because the only guy you can really look at that they've developed and go, wow, out of the last decade is Aaron Judge. And he's right. I mean, that quote's right. Look, Volpe's made leaps and bounds this year, I think. And he's in a horrible slump right now. Do I hope he'll figure it out? Yes. I'm not going to call the guy a bust after a month-long slump. All right, Judge had a month-long slump. But when you look at the overall track record, and I've said this before, Judge is really the only proven guy within the last decade. I mean, the other guy you'd have to go back to is Robinson Cano. Outside of that, Yankees player development has not developed a superstar. And look, I understand Judge is on like another level, but you can't, your player development, you can't develop guys around Judge to have a core around. I mean, look at the Braves. The Braves did it with Riley, Acuna, Albies. And you have other championship teams that did it. The Astros did it with Springer, Altuve, Bregman. Yankees only had Judge pan out. Bird was a bust. Sanchez was a bust. Tyler Austin was a bust. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just, just really pissed, man. It's just the same thing. It's just the same thing. The full quote again from Boone, it feels terrible, but it's all right there in front of us. He said the same thing last year. The same quote was, it's all there right in front of us. This is not the time to feel sorry for yourself. It's the time to try and get guys going. Gosh, we even have freaking Orioles fan, this Orioles fan making fun of Aaron Boone. Like, he says, give this bozo a lifetime contract. I love this. Yeah, he's right. Aaron Boone's a fucking idiot. But you know what? This is what we're stuck with. So get used to it, everybody. Hopefully, this other guy says, me seeing everybody finally realize this team is gutless, partially because of the manager. Yeah. This team is gutless. Aaron Boone is accepting of this garbage. He really is. There's no energy. Look, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes in the clubhouse, but I would bet money on it that Aaron Boone is kind of having the same stupid attitude that he has in front of the media and not holding these guys accountable. Just same shit, probably just like a pat on the back saying, oh, you're okay, you're okay. That's probably what he's doing in this clubhouse. So, I really, until Yankee management, until the philosophy changes, honestly, as fans, we just need to continue to support the team because honestly, that's what loyalty lies. As much as this organization pisses me off because of how far they have changed since their winning ways when I wasn't even alive, really, other than 2009, but I don't remember that. But aside from that, we just have to continue to be vocal and want change because this shit's unacceptable, man. And it's just a spiraling door. It's just the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm sick of it. I'm sick. I'm sick of this team just constantly doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. And you know what? This team loves analytics, but they love analytics, and then they fucking pitched to Devers, the hottest hitter on the planet against the Yankees, probably outside of George Springer, and they pitched to him. It just doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense, people. I'm tired of these rants right now. Hopefully, this team can get out of its own head and get it going. Other than that, that's all I got for you because it's just the same thing. So let's hope the All-Star break gets here as soon as possible and this team can get out of it. I mean, that's all we can do. And let's hope they have a historic deadline because if they don't, it's pretty much over. So that's it. Have a good night, everybody. Yankees have off tomorrow, which is a good thing. Hopefully this team can reset and pick it up because they desperately need it. See you, everybody.